The universe. Infinite, dark, and full of mysteries. Since childhood, we've looked at the stars and imagined other worlds, similar to our own. Planets orbiting their suns, distant galaxies, like our Milky Way. But the deeper we gaze into the cosmic abyss, the clearer we understand, our perceptions were far too modest. Space is not just a collection of planets and stars. It's a theater of the absurd, where the laws of physics are pushed to their absolute limits. There, in the impenetrable darkness, lurk true monsters, phantoms, cosmic anomalies, and objects that defy our very imagination. Today, we'll embark on a journey to the 10 strangest and most inexplicable places in the universe. Let's begin our journey with the 10th spot, with a place where there is practically nothing. Imagine a void. Not just an empty space like the vacuum between planets, but a void with a capital V. This is the Bode's Void, also known as the Great Nothing. Discovered in 1981, this region of space astonished astronomers with its sheer scale. Its diameter is approximately 330 million light-years across. To give you some perspective, our Milky Way galaxy is merely 100,000 light-years in diameter. Inside this colossal bubble, there are almost no galaxies. According to calculations, a region of this size should contain several thousand galaxies, but we've only found about 60. That's like finding a couple of dozen people scattered across the entire continent of North America. Where did this void come from? The most popular theory suggests that it formed as a result of smaller voids merging, much like soap bubbles coalescing into one large one. The Bode's Void is an eerie reminder that the universe consists not only of matter, but also of a grandiose, almost absolute absence of everything. From cosmic emptiness, let's move to its complete opposite, an object of unimaginable density. Coming in at number 9, we have a true monster, capable of warping the very fabric of reality. Meet the Magnetar SGR 18620. First, what exactly is a magnetar? It's a special type of neutron star, and a neutron star is what's left after a supernova explosion, a super-dense stellar corpse. A single teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh 6 billion tons on Earth. But magnetars are the evil older brothers of neutron stars. They possess the most powerful magnetic fields in the universe, quadrillions of times stronger than Earth's magnetic field. Our hero, SGR 18620, is located 50,000 light-years away from us. In 2004, it put on quite a show. A starquake occurred on its surface, triggering a giant flare. In just 1/10 of a second, this magnetar released more energy than our sun produces in 150,000 years. If this object were just 10 light-years from Earth, that flare would have obliterated our ozone layer and, quite possibly, all life on the planet. It is a cosmic predator whose fury is capable of sterilizing entire star systems. Coming in at number 8, we have an object that proves beauty in space is often deceptive and deadly. Meet Exoplanet HD 189,733b. From a distance, it looks like a beautiful, inviting blue orb, similar to our own Earth. Its deep cobalt color is utterly captivating. It seems like an ideal place, perhaps with endless oceans. But if you were to get too close, your spacecraft would be ripped to shreds in mere moments. That beautiful blue isn't water. It's the color of an atmosphere saturated with silicate particles, essentially sand. Temperatures on the planet reach 1,000 degrees Celsius, causing these silicates to melt and transform into glass. And now for the truly terrifying part. On this planet, winds rage at speeds of up to 7,000 kilometers per hour, which is 7 times the speed of sound. And these hurricanes carry with them droplets of molten glass. This is a planet where molten glass shards rain down sideways. So HD 189,733b is a hellish world wrapped in a beautiful blue package. Coming in 7th place is one of modern astronomy's greatest mysteries, an object that has made many seriously consider the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence. It's the star KIC 8462852, more famously known as Tabby's star. It lies about 1,500 light-years away from us in the constellation Cygnus. What makes it so special? Normally, when a planet passes in front of its star, it blocks its light by a tiny fraction of a percent, and it does so regularly, like clockwork. But Tabby's star behaves strangely. It dims irregularly and very significantly, sometimes losing up to 22% of its brightness. That's far too much for a regular planet. Imagine something colossal, 1,000 times the size of Jupiter, periodically blocking the star's light. Initial observations gave rise to the boldest hypothesis. What if it's not a natural object? What if we're seeing a giant astro-engineering construction built by a super advanced civilization? For example, a Dyson sphere that collects energy from its star. This idea exploded in the scientific world and the press. Of course, scientists are also looking for more prosaic explanations. The most probable theory to date is a huge cloud of dust and debris, perhaps from shattered comets, orbiting the star on an elongated path. But even this version doesn't explain all the peculiarities in Tabby's star's behavior. The mystery is still unsolved, and it continues to stir the imagination, reminding us that we should always be ready for the most unbelievable. Moving on, and in sixth place, we have an object that looks as if it wasn't created by the chaos of the universe, but by a cosmic jeweler. This is Hoag's object. Discovered in 1950 by astronomer Arthur Hoag, this object still baffles scientists. It's a ring galaxy. But not just any ring galaxy, one that is perfectly, mathematically precise. At its center is a bright, nearly spherical nucleus of old yellow stars. Around it is an expanse of absolute emptiness. And then, at a vast distance, follows a perfect ring of young, hot blue stars. Between the nucleus and the ring, there is virtually nothing connecting them. How is this possible? Ring galaxies typically form when one galaxy passes through another, like a bullet through an apple, creating a wave of star formation. But there are no other galaxies near Hoag's object that could have played the role of the bullet. What's more, the nucleus and the ring rotate at the same speed, which contradicts this model. One hypothesis suggests it was once a barred spiral galaxy that became unstable over time. But that's just speculation. Hoag's object is a unique cosmic wonder, a perfect stellar donut whose recipe the universe is still keeping secret. Its size, by the way, is slightly larger than our Milky Way, about 120,000 light-years across. Coming in at number 5 on our list is not just an object, but an entire masterpiece forged by the cosmos. These are the famous Pillars of Creation. First photographed by the Hubble Space Telescope in 1995, these magnificent structures became one of the most recognizable cosmic landscapes. They are located in the Eagle Nebula, at a distance of 7,000 light-years from Earth. So, what are they exactly? These are gigantic columns of interstellar gas and dust. The tallest of the pillars reaches a length of 4 light-years. That's 4 times the distance from the sun to the nearest star. But the most important thing is, these are not just beautiful clouds. These are actual stellar nurseries. Inside these dense, dark columns, under the influence of gravity, gas compresses, heats up, and new stars are born. We are witnessing a cradle where new suns ignite. But within all this beauty, there's also a tragic note. The pillars of creation are not eternal. Powerful radiation from the young, hot stars already born nearby slowly but surely evaporates and destroys these gas columns. This process is called photoevaporation. So we are observing both birth and death simultaneously, the birth of stars and the destruction of their very own home. New images captured by the James Webb Space Telescope have shown us these structures in unprecedented detail, and it is a truly breathtaking sight. Climbing higher in our ranking, in 4th place we have a cosmic runaway, a lonely wanderer, exiled from its own home. This is a hypervelocity star. Such stars are among the fastest objects in the universe. They hurtle through intergalactic space at speeds exceeding the galaxy's escape velocity. This means nothing can hold them back now. They have permanently left their home Milky Way and are flying into the void. How is this possible? Imagine a binary star system that flies too close to a supermassive black hole at the center of a galaxy, like our own Sagittarius A star. The black hole's gravity captures one star from the pair, while ejecting the second one with incredible force, like a stone from a slingshot. This is called a gravitational slingshot. One of the most famous such stars, US 708, is racing at a speed of 1,200 kilometers per second. That's so fast you could fly from Moscow to Vladivostok in just 7 seconds. The fate of such a star is eternal solitude. It will travel for millions and billions of years through the void between galaxies, until it exhausts its fuel and fades away in complete darkness, far from everything. We're in the top 3, and here, true titans reside. Objects whose sheer scale shatters our perception of reality. Taking third place is the quasar TON 618. Quasars are, in essence, super bright active galactic nuclei. At their heart lies a supermassive black hole, devouring surrounding matter, gas, dust, and entire stars, at an insane speed. As this happens, the matter heats up to millions of degrees and begins to glow so brightly that it outshines the combined light of all the stars in its galaxy. TON 618 isn't just a quasar, it's home to the most massive black hole known to science. Its mass is estimated at 66 billion times that of our Sun. Let me repeat, 66 billion. It's a number our brains simply refuse to process. To give you some perspective, the supermassive black hole at the center of our own galaxy has a mass of only 4 million suns. The black hole in TON 618 is so immense that if it were placed at the center of our solar system, its event horizon, the point of no return, would swallow all the planets, including Neptune, and extend far beyond its orbit. This object is so bright that it shines like 140 trillion suns, and that's despite it being located more than 10 billion light years away from us. We're seeing light it emitted when the universe was only 3 billion years old. It's a true monster from the early universe. Coming in second is a mystery that directly affects all of us. It's an invisible force pulling our galaxy and hundreds of thousands of other galaxies in one direction. Its name is the Great Attractor. Back in the 1970s, astronomers discovered something strange. All nearby galaxies, including our own Milky Way and the neighboring Andromeda, are moving at an incredible speed, about 600 kilometers per second, towards the Norma constellation. This movement cannot be explained solely by the expansion of the universe. There's some additional unknown gravitational force pulling everything towards it. What is it? We don't know exactly, because the Great Attractor is hidden from us by the disk of our own galaxy. This region, full of stars, gas, and dust, is called the Zone of Avoidance, because it blocks light from whatever lies beyond it. It's like trying to see something behind a bright spotlight shining directly into your eyes. Modern research in radio and infrared wavelengths suggests that the Great Attractor is likely the central point of the Laniakea supercluster, a giant structure of which we are a part. But the very nature of this anomalous gravity, its precise mass, and its composition still remain a subject of debate. We are part of a gigantic cosmic flow, hurtling towards an unseen destination. And that is both frightening and fascinating. And so we arrive at our number 1 spot, an object that isn't merely strange or vast. This is an object that provided us with the most compelling evidence for the existence of one of the greatest mysteries of the cosmos, dark matter. Our top contender, the Bullet Cluster. It's not a single object, but rather the result of 2 galaxy clusters colliding, an event that occurred approximately 150 million years ago. And the way it happened completely overturned our understanding of how the universe works. Galaxy clusters are primarily composed of 3 things: the stars within the galaxies themselves, vast clouds of hot gas between them, and, as we now believe, dark matter. When these 2 clusters collided at a velocity of nearly 5,000 kilometers per second, something truly astonishing occurred. The hot gas, which makes up most of the ordinary visible matter, acted exactly as gas is expected to. It collided, created a shock wave, slowed down, and remained at the center. You can see it in X-ray images, where it appears as a glowing mass. But the galaxies and dark matter behave differently. The galaxies are too small and far apart, so they simply flew right through, hardly interacting at all. But the most interesting thing is the dark matter. Scientists tracked it using gravitational lensing. It bends light from more distant objects. It turned out that the dark matter also passed through the collision without slowing down, like a ghost. The result was a unique picture. At the center, there's the main bulk of ordinary matter, the gas. And on the sides, having outpaced it, are two clumps of dark matter with galaxies flying within them. This is direct evidence that dark matter exists and that it hardly interacts with ordinary matter, except through gravity. The Bullet Cluster is a cosmic crime scene where dark matter left its fingerprints, proving once and for all that the world we see is just the tip of the iceberg. So, our journey through the strangest corners of space has come to an end. From absolute void to unimaginable density. From planets with glass rains to stars shrouded in mysteries. From perfect rings to ghostly matter, proving that the universe is 85% made up of what we cannot see. Each of these objects is a challenge to our understanding, a reminder of how little we truly know. The universe is not obligated to make sense to us. It simply exists in all its chaotic, terrifying, and breathtaking splendor. And our task, as a curious species confined to a tiny blue planet, is to keep looking up, asking questions, and trying to unravel its greatest mysteries. And the most thrilling part is that we've only just begun to peek behind the curtain. Who knows what other wonders and monstrosities await us out there in the endless darkness?